Lally ho,
Completely forgot.
friends, and welcome to episode 38 of Kupo Quest. Yes, to answer your question, Harlequin, you are now Blake. Blake is now Grunthor, but
All right, let me change it.
it's only temporary. So, really quick, I will give a quick recap of where we are, and then I think that Harlequin wanted to say something. First off, what happened last time? I guess the question being what really didn't happen last time. The group left behind Grunthor to face the Dark Knight on the steppes of Alexandria. As they started to make their way back to Balam, he went toe to toe with the Dark Knight and unfortunately was unable to take him down. We had some really bad rolls right off the bat. It really didn't help. And the Dark Knight ended up taking the life of our dear friend, Sir Grunthor. Nozak and Blake, both having some kind of magical tie to him, was able to realize what had happened the moment that it happened. Apart from that, on the journey back towards Balam, Ava happened to notice something in the distance, and though he tried his best to avoid it, the Guardian Force Quetzalcoatl that had been released from Balam on Blake's command rocketed by, knocking the ship into a tailspin, falling down. Ava and Izzy tried their best to keep it under control, but they couldn't, as basically the team abandoned ship and found themselves trapped in the desert with the airship crashing down and just debris flying everywhere. Now, luckily, we have an artificer here that we pulled out a 32 on his roll. So he was able to salvage some of the ship to basically create a raft-like airship. That is big enough for everyone here involved, but probably won't be able to travel the same distances or speeds as the previous ship. So we left off with the heat of the desert fading away into the cold of night, and everyone getting a long rest for the first time in quite a while. So, with that, Grunthor, I know that you wanted to say something. So I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Mostly to my companions and to everyone watching, I quote, I'm not going to quote the entire thing, but I'm just going to quote a little bit, and then I'll be following the words of Dylan Thomas. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Do not go gentle into that good night.
Why are you trying to make us cry 3 weeks in a row?
Lest we forget.
What is enough?
I have never been more confused in my life.
No more crying.
Well, you're in the desert. You need the water. There
you go. Enjoy.
All right.
Enjoy those salty
Everyone
tears.
take care.
See you around.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Be heroes. Be heroes.
We'll see.
Hopefully they don't follow you into the grave. All right.
Okay.
No
Wonderful
pressure.
thing to leave him off with.
So,
I hope his next character is a tank.
His next one's a sorcerer.
so yeah, a sorcerer, no armor whatsoever,
Yeah.
Oh, God.
and it's wild magic. It's going to be great.
Yes.
So, the next morning comes. You all have gotten your long rest. A very uncomfortable night. Ava, I do believe this would remove your point of exhaustion, so you should be
Damn
back up
right.
to fighting shape. That exhaustion kind of... I'm sorry you weren't here and we had to roll for you. That exhaustion kind of bit you in the ass last episode quite a bit.
Yeah, it really did.
But we did it live, so you know I wasn't cheating you. And I rolled it off your character sheet, so you can really blame D&D Beyond for that, for your current predicament. Anyway, the morning comes, and you all wake up, and the heat is starting to return to this desert as, you know, you transition from having a relatively cold night to all of a sudden it's the morning again, and you feel yourself starting to sweat. Nozak, you in particular, something
G'day.
feels off to you.
Shit.
You feel different. there's been a shift in not just how your worldview is and the way that you regarded certain things, but there's a connection that you felt the day before that's no longer there.
Mm-hmm. Would you like me to explain what's happened?
If you want to.
So, I've had a talk with Wolf, our incredible DM. I'm totally not pandering. Long story short, if we remember last episode, Nozak gave up on his faith and said there are no gods left in this world. And after having a chat with Wolf, the decision has been made that I am losing 2 levels of cleric. And anytime I now use a cleric ability, I need to roll I think we decided on a wisdom saving throw.
Ability
And
check,
if I
yeah.
pass it, spell goes off. If I don't pass it, nothing happens, and I still lose a spell slot.
Yes. So now
Oh wow.
this is a
Which I thought was very fair.
temporary, possibly character arc. We will see what happens with
We
Nozak's
have
character.
contingencies.
But as of right now, having completely turned your back on your faith and the icons in general, that source of power has been cut off, essentially. So this group has lost their tank, half of a cleric in the span of 24 hours. So with that, actually, as you're all coming to, Blake, you are the one that hears something instead of our illustrious 21. No longer has the 21 passive perception. So
That felt weird to say, didn't it?
you did. It's actually, to be honest, kind of weird because I'm looking at everyone's characters, and your passive perception is way lower, and then Grunther with his armor class, it looks like a whole different party at this point. Just from one game to the next, it looks like a totally different party.
Worth it.
You hear something as you kind of come to. You look around. And the first thing that you notice is there now seems to be some large raft. And in the middle of this raft, there is the orb that Ava had been using to control the airship. Nozak was up very late into the afternoon working on this, so no one really saw its completion except possibly Izzy, who I believe was helping out with that. But yeah, so you see this big raft, and you hear this almost chittering noise kind of coming from that general direction. At this point, the rest of you are kind of
Hi.
coming to.
Also, we did a long rest, right?
You did.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Don't let Nozak hear you say that.
Yeah, excuse me.
I was hurting. I
Like,
guess
I'll find a god.
So I hear something skittering in the distance, so I'm going to try to see what it is, or...
Yeah, it's not
we're,
that
like,
far.
hanging
It's
out.
coming from the raft thing or whatever that was that Nozak was working on.
Oh, she's
Maybe-
gonna holler at... Or am I near Nozak?
Yeah, I would assume that most of you have been kind of huddled up. It got rather cold in the night, so I kind of imagined you all as close together as you could at this little makeshift camp. But that's just what I was imagining. So
She's just gonna kind of like nudge him with her boot and be like, "Is your damn robot Nozak?
Hello.
Nozak,
Yep. Fuck, that's right.
did you bring your damn robot?"
No, the robot's still in Balam.
There's something in the raft.
Alright, hang on. I'm awake. I'm gonna have a look. Get up, have a look. It's the homunculus, isn't it? Or is it something else? Because I'm gonna point at the ball and there's gonna be like a little bit of a flapping going. I'll be like, no, I made that one. That one, that's gonna help us get out of here.
give me a perception check, Nozak.
Oh, fuck. I mean that with love.
You used to love these. I don't know what's going on.
I still do, but that was the 14.
14. Okay.
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna point at the now the homunculus is kind of like just flapping
21?
a little bit in the middle. I'm gonna be like, I made that one.
You see what he's pointing to, but there's something else behind it. So as you're kind of looking, you see this odd little contraption that seems to be incorporated into the orb itself. But from behind it, you do get the glimpse of something that it looks like it noticed you looking at it and then kind of hid. Nozak doesn't seem to notice it.
No, there's something else in there. She's going to kind of like, can I pull up light?
Sure.
Like, can I just have light just sit in my hand? Or do does it have to be on an object?
I think you cast it on an object, but if you have like a gauntlet or a glove, you could cast it on that. So basically your hand it'd be doing the same thing. So.
Okay, yeah, she wears gloves, so she's gonna cast it on the glove and just kind of like put her hand out and just kind of like the rest of the body as far back as she can, but like try to light up the darker corners of wherever that thing was.
Okay. Are you going to approach any closer than you are right now?
Maybe a couple of feet, like not super close, but just close enough to not have any dark corners.
Okay.
Where something could hide.
As you kind of start making your way in, and remind me, Nozak, you kind of made a raft like, but it has an awning or a cover over it, right?
Yeah, so the idea that I had was that it basically, like, from the bottom, it kind of looked like a hot air balloon basket, just without the sides, obviously just the corners, and then just like a roof over the top.
Okay. As you get closer, you definitely get some movement from behind the orb as something green catches your eye that just very briefly and then disappears. It is kind of hard to see because the orb itself is also green because of the elemental affinity of wind has an association with the color green. So it seems like either it was a necessity or Sid just trying to be thematic. But this thing kind of blends in with it, and it's kind of hard to see even with the light and getting closer. But there's definitely some kind of creature there.
Hell yeah.
No, Zach, there's a thing up here. It has too many legs. I don't think he made this thing.
Alright, Nozak is going to take a moment and he's going to take his hammer, and the first thing he's going to do is he's going to smack his gauntlet and cast Blessing of the Forge on the gauntlet, which brings me up to an AC of 20. And then he's going to spin his hammer around and he's going to smack himself in the armor and cast Enhanced Defense Infusions. Now I have an AC of 21. And then I'm going to get up and then I'm going to get up and walk over to whatever it is the
Grunthor Jr. over here.
Oh, I got more spells, baby. I am a nuisance. I'm going to walk over and just have a look at whatever
are you trying
it is.
In any way to be stealthy?
I'm going to say no because I'm probably assuming that Blake's talking about the homunculus.
Okay.
I'm going to walk over doing one of these ones.
As you walk over... as you start making your way, you get rather close. And when you're within about 10 feet, whatever this thing is that's hiding behind it just darts in your direction past you. Just in this, it's almost so fast you can't even see what it is. Those of you back at the camp, what you see is this, and I'll put the little token out. How's that sound? You see...
Sorry.
You see this odd-looking cactus monster or something like that that's running incredibly fast away from your ship, kind of just barreling towards you and the rest of the group. And as you kind of got close, it seemed to spook and just darted straight into the middle of the camp.
Ah, yes, a good old Cactuar. The fuck was that? No, I'm kidding.
What are you doing?
I already have inspiration. I think if it's heading towards the camp, which means it's heading towards everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What do I have? I know I've got a few things.
It would
I
run
think-
right past you too, if you wanted to try to take
Yeah.
a attack of opportunity.
I think I might. Can I try to like? Can I try to grapple it? Like grab it?
Sure.
The cactus?
You can absolutely try to grapple the cactus. Give me like a, what is that? An athletics check? I always forget the
Athletics
grapple
check?
rules. So few people actually do it.
No, I missed it.
No,
I
not
think
even
I'm just
close.
gonna like try and grab it this and just like fall and just like just
Okay.
face plant into
Uh,
my own wood.
You jump at it and it just sidesteps you as you land face first in the dirt and just keeps booking it. What are you doing, Blake?
Can I like kind of go like ah! And dart out of the way, but cast Sacred Flame like from the light that I'm already casting in my hand, have it
Sure.
turn into Sacred Flame and just kind of like throw.
Is that a
it needs to
dexterity
make-
saving throw?
Yep.
Do we see all this nonsense happening?
I think you were all
Um,
asleep unless Blake woke up someone else.
That's a 20 on the dexterity check.
It fails. It misses.
These things are quick. They got a real high dex.
Oh, should I have done Word of Radiance? Would that have been better?
I made the joke
this-
earlier
How-
about its initiative of +20. I wasn't wrong.
How is its constitution? Can I like rewrite history?
At this point, what's the range on that? Because this thing is moving fast. After you
I
cast this, it's already back to in the middle of all these other people.
yeah. Sacred Flame was 60 feet. Word of Radiance was 5 feet.
Way
It's
too
fine.
far, way too fast. At this point, it's made it back to the camp where everyone else is. It's kind of run in between everybody, and Duchess kind of startles awake, not really knowing what's going on. The two of you, Ava and Izzy, kind of just kind of coming around to yourself, not really knowing what's going on. You see this green cactus that has arms and legs that's kind of run into the middle of your camp from the direction of your friends. You see that they've started like attempting to grab it or cast spells at it. What are you all doing?
DM, can you please make a strength check?
Can I make a strength check? I can, sure.
Not you, the cactus. I'm sorry.
I got a natural 20 on that.
Oh.
I'm going immediately silvery barbs. You're not doing this today, sir.
Okay, that's a 3.
All right, cool.
What were you
Make
casting?
My check. 1 second. I need to make my check. Yes, I definitely beat a 3 with an 8. So, so from behind the thing, you guys just hear in a booming voice. You guys just hear in a booming voice. Izzy just go, "Tilith no dem," and you just see around the thing. It's almost like it's being gripped by an invisible hand. And you guys look at Izzy, whose eyes are glowing, and you see there are silver rings around his hand. And you see he lifts his hands up, and he just throws it, and you see the thing is just launched 30 feet into that direction.
As it's being thrown, you
Love
just
that.
see it doing this in the air like it's trying to swim or something, as it's flipping over and over, and it just kind of goes over a dune that's nearby and just disappears behind it, and you just see a little of sand kind of go into the air.
That's so
You're
funny.
welcome.
And then Izzy goes back to sleep.
Yeah, don't wake Izzy up. Can Blake kind of jog after it, like to go up the dune and see if it's actually like see if it's still there or
Sure.
has still taken off running.
Let's see. Okay. So as you kind of just jog up the dune a little bit, it's hard, especially for your like little legs, as you're trying to run up this thing. It's not too steep, but it's sand and things
I
kind of
feel
keep
personally
falling
attacked.
as you try to walk. When you get to the top, you see the little cloud of dust that's kind of coming up from where it landed. What you also see is this large kind of humanoid. Think of a centaur, but instead of the lower half being a horse, it's a giant scorpion. As this thing is just kind of walking through, it had kind of stopped on its path to walk through to see the kind of puff of smoke that landed. But as you kind of crest the top of the dune, it seems to notice you. And just kind of stares at you for a second.
She is going to immediately turn back around, like, nope. And go back down the tube.
As you start going back down, you hear this sounds like some kind of horn coming out. The rest of you hear this too.
All right, so everybody on the airship, please. On the air
Jeez,
raft.
this is. We do not have time for this.
You hear another one answer from somewhere towards the south of you.
I'm going to do a last-minute check to see if that cactuar did anything. Well, to see if the cactus did anything. Sorry, force a habit.
Blake is gonna go to Duchess and like grab her gear and get her moving.
Guys, we need to get on the ship, please.
Yeah, you see Izzy just kind of throws Nelly on before helping Sarah and her mom up.
Okay. As you all are starting to gather up your things, Nozak, you notice the sand start to shift a little bit back near the camp. And then you hear Luca scream as from under the sand, this scorpion tail pops up and slams right in the back of his calf. As he screams as it just digs into his leg.
Can I immediately cast a vortex warp to try and react to him screaming?
You can, but we're going to have to roll initiative here. There was a small chance these passing things wouldn't notice you, but the Cactuar and Blake kind of hit the scale. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm going to.
But there's good news here. There is good news to this, and that is that I actually get to use one of the battle maps that I've made, and you didn't sidestep one of my encounters.
Damn.
+1, I get a +3, so 14 initiative for Nozak.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know whether it's a before or after, but I want to use Vortex Warp to get Luca from where he is immediately to me, which he can choose to fail. So I'm just going to say, Luca, come here, and just kind of like cast it at him to come to me.
So Vortex, that brings him to you, not the other way around.
Right? I can cast Vortex Warp to make one person move from one position to anywhere I want within range. So I'm going to cast it on him to pull him closer to me. Because it's a range of 90 feet at second level. So I'm just kind of like grab him, and then I want to put him like right in front of me.
Perfect. Okay. That will go off before the initiative. As you hear him screaming, he will pull into like right next to you as you kind of grab him. So with that, this scorpion that stung him starts just clawing up from under the sand itself, just kind of pulling itself up. The one that noticed Blake has kind of run up this dune and is kind of standing at the top of it. And then you see another one that was approaching from the south. For what?
No, don't worry about it. Thank you for that.
Oh, moving him away from you? With that, as there's another giant scorpion that's kind of clawing its way up from underneath towards the southeast. It kind of got you boxed in at this point. So, with that, we get to roll initiative, and it'll be interesting because it's the first time that in like 5 episodes we've had a combat that's not just Grunthor. So we'll see how this goes.
Blake started with Adonis, and then he quickly left that one. So like,
That's fair. All right. So Let's just start then at the
You're
top
right
of the
there,
round.
love.
Top of the round, we've got Ava. You get to start us off here.
Oh boy. I'm gonna call for Biggs and Wedge to try and defend the kids and defend the raft.
Okay.
And
I just realized the raft.
Oh,
Yeah, you like
yep,
that?
that's his raft. And
Oh.
some wreckage there in the bottom
Yes.
left, too.
The peak of engineering.
Bro, I had woodcarver's tools in a fucking dream.
I will. Hold on, sorry, I've never used this spell before, so I'm reading it.
No problem.
Ooh, that's fun.
I will
Ed.
extend out my hand that has the markings of the icons, and on this big one in the back, I will cast Sleep. Oh, actually,
Okay.
I guess it doesn't quite work like
Ooh.
that. Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose. Okay, so yeah, I'll start with the one in the back. And I will try to put him to sleep.
So which one are you doing?
Oh.
I'm sorry. Oh, between
This
20
guy.
feet. Okay. So I think the way that it works is who's going to be affected. Because I think it starts with the lowest HP monster going up.
Ah, okay. I only got 19, unfortunately.
Okay. So let's see. That's not going to put anything to sleep. As this goes off, you can feel the magic flow through you, but they seem to just be able to resist it. Nozak, you see this happen, and it just reinforces to you that the gods have abandoned you.
Yep.
What else you got?
And Ava will move 30 feet, and he will spend a key point to dodge
Okay.
using the Step of the Wind. And that will be my turn.
All right. Sounds good. Next up is this one at the top here. It's going to move down to engage with you, Izzy. Sorry.
Rude.
I know.
You know, all I have is 15 HP in a dream.
Okay. So, this thing comes in with just both of its claws kind of like one of them comes out and grabs at you, and it has a 22 to hit.
Even with shield, that's a hit.
I'm assuming that hits.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's see.
6 bludgeoning
Ooh.
damage.
Oh, that's not bad.
It just kind of just claps you on the side there.
Oh, I forgot I have 62 HP now. Okay, I'm down.
As this thing like reaches in with its giant claws. By the way, as this thing kind of runs towards you, it's as big, if not bigger than you. As its claw reaches out and clamps down around you and just kind of holds you in this vice grip. You are now grappled by this thing.
Not for long.
With that, actually, it would have moved over to probably Nozak, because it's the next closest one, for its other claw attack. So I had rolled that one. That one is a natural 20. So
But that's a guaranteed hit.
Yep. Unless-
Really quick.
What's his name?
Wait,
Says Silvery Barbs here.
I was going to. Oh, yeah, Silvery Barbs is just verbal, so Silvery Barbs.
Okay, so that's going to be a 14 to hit, so that will miss you.
That will miss.
Okay. Since it misses, as you kind of step back, you see it crouch down just a little bit as its tail comes up and just tries to take another attack at you. Oof, 10. That's not going to happen. Let's see. What are these things' movement?
What I need to do.
Yeah. It's fine. Perfect. This one's going to run in Blake and try to do the same thing to you. 2 claw attacks on Blake. We've got an 18. Does that one hit?
Yep.
Okay. That's going to be 10 points of bludgeoning damage as it reaches out and grabs you as well. Then the other one, as it kind of has you, it will take another step and also try to go after Nozak with the other claw attack. 14's not going to hit you.
Nope.
It will then try its stinger attack, which is also going to miss with a 17. So, as one of these from the north and one of these from the south both have two of your friends in their claws, they're both just standing around you, trying their best to hit you with their tails, but you're just able to nimbly dodge out of the way. So with that
am I
brings
grappled?
it. You are grappled. Nozak, that brings it to your turn.
Okay, so I am going to kind of look at everybody and see what's going on, and Biggs and Wedge should be with the kids. Obviously, I'm going to be worrying about them and Sarah and all that as well. I'm going to... okay, first things first, I am going to... where was it? I literally just had it in my line of sight, and now I've forgotten it. That's funny. I'm going to start off by using my action to create an Eldritch Cannon. So I've got my little ballista one, not the flamethrower at the moment. I don't think that would be very smart.
Okay.
And so I'm going to attach it to my other hand, not my gauntlet hand, my other hand. And I'm going to use my bonus action. Both of them are grappled. I'm going to look at Izzy and I'm going to look at Blake. I'm going to shoot my ballista at the one currently grappling Blake.
Okay, go for it. That's a bonus action, right?
Yes. A ranged spell attack. Because it's Artificer, that is like a... where is it? Yeah, +7, so 20 +7. Roll to everybody. Oh, I'm inspirationing that. I refuse. Refuse.
It's always the gem dice.
Alright. You...
7.
Okay, 7 + 7 is a 14.
As your Eldritch Cannon goes off, you pull at the last second as you realize that your shot's probably going to hit Blake. The minor adjustment you try to make ends up just kind of going off, creating this big loud noise, but no damage as it flies wide.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to look at them, and okay, I'm just going to get ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready.
You got anything else nothing else to do on this turn, right?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. With that, these guys start to engage. Let's see what their speed is. Yep, he should be able to.
Sweet, everybody's in range.
Let me just make sure, see how far away they are. 40. See what their speed is. Just enough, actually. As this one kind of now runs in to engage, it's got... they're starting to surround you at this point. You being the only one that's not grappled, he's coming at you. You can see that it has this spiked chain. So it's got two hands, basically. One has this nice long sword that is just dragging in the sand behind it. The other one has a spiked chain that is kind of just kind of looping around as it takes it over its head and goes to attack you with the spike chain.
Yep.
Ooh, 11. That is going to miss you, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm with Grunther back here. As this misses too, the same thing happens. This thing, as it kind of comes in, it just kind of lowers its torso a little bit as its hind legs kind of lift off the air as the tail kind of comes up and then slams down in your direction. Okay. 22.
Shield.
Okay. As it's coming down, you can see this thing making contact with you, but right at the last second, it hits and then sparks against your shield that you cast up. So, with that, this one's going to move in to engage with Ava. You dodged, right? So disadvantage on attack rolls?
Yep.
Okay. This one's going after you with the long sword. That's going to be an
Jesus.
18 to hit.
Ooh, yeah, that'll do.
Okay. So that's going to be 9 points of slashing damage as it kind of comes down and just slams right across you. And then the same thing as it slams through, it'll continue to spin and try to get you with its tail. Ooh. 11. That's going to miss, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Damn dodge. As this thing, you manage to recover quickly from the long sword strike and just jump back as this tail just slams into the sand, throwing sand into the air. All right, with that brings us to, let's see, Izzy.
Okay.
You're up.
Really quick. Where is Luca again?
Luca's right next to Nozak at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of panicked and put him close to us.
Blake, I love you, but you're gonna get yourself out of this one. I'm going. Izzy is sorry. I have so many. My spell guide is so long at this point. You see, as Izzy is standing there, you see he's whispering some words to himself, and as he does, you guys see. You guys see his clothes are beginning to flow, and almost in a flash, you guys see almost like a burst of energy shoot towards this way, and shoot towards. Sorry, I forgot where we were. Shoot towards this way. And in a flash, him and Luca are going to appear over here.
Okay.
I cast Dimension Door.
Perfect. This thing,
And,
as you disappear, its claw just kind of clamps down on itself. Go ahead.
You see he puts his hand on Luca's shoulder and simply says, please stay safe. Really quick, activating my broom, is that, it just says I speak the command word. Is it an action or a bonus action?
I
don't remember what we
believe it's
rolled.
an action.
Okay.
You can do it as a bonus. You're just activating. Yeah, just do it as a bonus action. That's fine. Kind of
Okay,
like an
cool.
item interaction, really. So.
You see he stands on his broom and floats a foot over the ground before looking at all these beings that he just says they picked a really bad time to come over here, and that's the end of his turn.
All right, Blake, you are up, grappled by this giant scorpion.
You got this, Blake. I love you.
Can I hit? Can I hit the thing that has me? Like,
Yeah, you
when I
basically
start?
just can't move. Like your speed is 0. You're not even really restrained. You're just grappled. So it's got you, but you have your hands free. You can still do whatever you need to.
Okay. She's gonna kind of twist around and reach out to, like in the direction of Luca and cast a healing word at him.
Okay.
Aww.
That's nice.
Love how we're all silently agreeing to help my child.
Yeah.
Like, leave me, I'm fine.
Go ahead and roll that for me.
All right. 5.
5. Okay. Perfect.
It's just
I need to do
something,
this too.
and then look back to the thing that has her, and I'm trying to decide if I want to smack it or if I want to how many spell slots do I have?
It's got a long rest, so you should have all your spell slots. So
Yeah. I just didn't know how. Okay, she's going to touch it, and her eyes are going to go white, and we're going to see if she can, like. Wait. Oh, I have to meet. Okay, so if I make a melee spell attack, I just hit like the plus number, right? And then that.
yeah,
the armor class?
that should roll it for you. So, and then yeah, it's against armor class.
Fucking.
27.
Way.
Oh, you rolled a 1 the first time and it re-rolled. Is that what happened there? 'Cause I saw it.
Yep.
I saw it. That is so cool. I keep forgetting it auto does that. Well, yeah, 27. 27 hits for sure.
Yay! Okay, so she's going to
First blood here.
14, and so he gets 14 necrotic damage, and
Okay.
she gets healed 7. And she's
Okay.
going to say, "I'll take," and her hand is going to light up white, and eyes are going to light up white, and kind of blast him on the head.
Perfect. Where you hit too, you can see just start, part of its shell just starts to crack and crumble, and it gets looks like almost dry skin as it seems like the life force in that area just kind of drains away. Is that it for you?
Yeah.
Ava, top of the round. You are up.
Oh shit! All right. Blake is still grappled. Yes.
Blake is. Yep.
Okay.
She's just like, "I'm fine."
Force movement breaks grappling, right?
What are you trying to do?
Ooh. I was gonna move the scorpion, and hope it broke the grapple with Blake.
In this case, it might be hard because it's a large creature and it's got her in its claws. You could try to pull her out, but I think just moving it would probably just move her with it. But you can try to. You can. I will let you try to get her out if that's what you're trying to do. But it's not the same as like a person, like 2 people. This thing is big and just kind of has her in its claws. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just have something that deals damage and also moves the target, so I was like, 2 for 1, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I tried with the ballista.
Let's see. I will still. You know what, let's go for a nuke option. Ava some water will start to conjure around his arms, and it will turn into a really long whip kind of deal. And I will use my elemental attunement to water whip the big guy in front of me. So if I could have him make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Let's go.
Dexterity saving throw. Okay.
Okay, Katara dupe.
Wait a second. Dex save. Let's see if they've got.
Get a 1.
4.
Oh, that's a fail. All right.
Definitely. I need new dice. These are rolling like you all last week.
Oh! Oh! Ouch!
Karma.
Minus inspiration.
You need to keep those die.
I know. I rolled
we need a
120,
break.
and the damn silvery barbs. I have to ban that spell.
No thanks.
Boo fucking who. We are in the middle of the desert because one of your monsters crashed us. Boo hoo!
I can't even remember who I was talking to, but that legitimately wasn't my plan. Like,
Yeah,
I
was me.
literally,
Yeah.
was it you? I was like, literally, I was
yeah.
just, this was just so supposed to be thematic, and oh, look, this is a consequence of what Blake did, and it's scary. And then just 3 attempts after the other. Just terrible
But
rolls.
instead, the dice chose to tell a story.
I was like, I had
I
like
don't know
this
how we
monologue for Sarah planned back in Ballum, and now it's just, I had to axe it. So,
I have this whole story planned. I'm in control of it. I don't know how this could have happened. This is so strange.
sometimes it just gets out of your hands.
Not bitter at all.
So Water Whip, he definitely failed. So what's going on?
Yes, so he will take 3d10 damage. It increases by 1d10 for each extra key point I pump into it. So I'll pump 3 extra key points into it.
Whoa!
Shit.
10 damage.
Yeah.
Do I still deal additional cold damage whenever I do shit?
Remind me why we were doing that.
Or
Was
is that?
that was-
I touched my crystal to the Leviathan fight.
that was during that fight, because now that crystal has
Okay.
been drained of its power, so it's no longer producing
makes
that
sense.
power. Now, if you get
No worries,
materia,
that's
you
fine,
would,
sure.
but
Okay, cool. So 60-10 damage. Hopefully it's good.
this is gonna be great.
Show me potato salad.
37.
Alright, 37
Pretty good
points of
hit.
damage. And he is also knocked prone.
Okay, holy shit, that's cool.
Hell yeah.
Is that from, I guess, the Way of the 4 Elements or whatever?
Yeah, it is.
People said that wasn't good. That was dope. So as Ava just kind of starts whipping this around his head, the thing gets momentarily confused as it kind of rears up on its hind legs. It looks like it's getting ready to just kind of like trample you down. As you smack this thing right in the face, and it ends up losing its balance and collapsing into a heap. It is prone. So, and took quite a bit of damage too. So what are you doing?
I will. Whenever I take an attack with an armed strike. That wasn't an armed strike. All right, that'll be my turn.
Okay. So with that, I think that brings us to the giant scorpions. Yes. Okay. So let's see. The one is now confused as its hand just kind of clamps in on itself and it's kind of looking around. Doesn't really know where Ava or where Izzy went. So it just kind of shifts its focus to the closest thing, which is you, Nozak.
Yep.
You got this, bud.
That's going to be a 16 for the first claw
That's not
attack.
gonna do it.
22.
Will miss because I had shield up
Shield.
from when I was attacked.
Okay. I don't think this thing can hit you, to be honest.
Probably not.
Because with your shield, what's that, 27?
26, I believe. What's my AC? 21 plus 5, 26.
Well, it's stupid, though, so it's going to keep attacking you. It wouldn't know that.
We love that.
So I rolled, but it was like a 5. So
Love
it's
it, Himbo King.
so this thing just keeps clawing at you, and its claws kind of hitting and bouncing off, and the other one just its tail doing the same thing of your shield. Now the other one though will go after Blake, so it's going to basically just try to crunch you in the one hand that it has. I don't think that's going to hit either. 12. Jesus Christ. Both of those miss. I'm switching dice if this is below a 10 again. Okay. 8. So I don't know how you're doing this, okay? As it's kind of got you, it's trying to squeeze, but you put your hands in and just kind of push them out just enough. The other one comes in, and you just kind of duck your head down. And as the stinger comes through, too, just trying to... It's got you in its hand, and it's just having the worst time trying to actually connect with you. That's both of their
so
turns.
short. It's not used to grabbing a Lalafell. It's used to grabbing humans.
I honestly don't know how that was possible. I rolled of my last 5 rolls, most of them were 6 or under. So
Now you know how it feels.
I'm gonna say it's Nozak's
Yeah.
turn, and then I'm gonna do this and get a new pair of dice.
I want you to look at my little box.
Yes.
Boo fucking who. I am weeping for you.
Okay, so it's my turn now.
I think you should keep those dice.
All right, I'm committed.
Shield
I'll
is
keep
now
these.
down.
Okay.
So I'm back to 21. But I'm going to look at Blake, and with my bonus action, I am going to try and use my ballista to launch an attack at the one that has them. I need to bring it up because I can never remember the damage if I hit it. Okay, so it's a d20 plus 7. 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. You're attacking the giant scorpion that has her.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is 2d8 plus 4, which is 2d8 plus 4. So 8 plus 4 is 12, and the creature is knocked 5 feet.
Okay.
So I don't know if that helps to ungrapple, because that
No.
was my intention then.
Like I was just telling Ava, because it has her in its grip, it will just...
Okay.
Actually, I will do this. I will have it make a throw, like a saving throw, to see if it drops her. How's
Okay.
that?
Against my
Your spell save DC.
spell save DC. Let me find what my spell save DC. Okay, yep. For the Artificer one.
Yeah, what is it? I got a 15.
My DC is 15.
Okay, so it just makes
Damn.
it holds on. You see it start to... Blake, you can feel it loosen, but as it starts, it finally overcompensates and just grabs you and pulls you 5 feet with it.
Okay.
So Blake,
And then
for some reason I can't move you on. Oh yeah, okay. I'll do it over here though.
okay, so that was my bonus action. I'm just kind of like looking at like the scorpions and shit. I'm just gonna scream, "Leave us the fuck alone," and I'm gonna cast Blur on myself.
Okay. Go for it.
So I have now cast Blur, which is a regular action. So now, for the next minute, anything with eyes, basically, who... An attacker is immune to this if they don't rely on sight, or if they see through illusions, but anything that makes an attack roll against me is now at disadvantage.
Good shit. Good shit.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna turn to look at the big one that's like right behind me, and I'm just gonna look at it.
Okay.
This tiny little rabbit, this fuck off big scorpion, and I'm just gonna give it a look as if like, try me.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes, that is my turn.
This thing, as it's towering over you, it sees what happens. It sees you shoot the large scorpion, knocking that back. It sees Blake still grappled, and it looks at you, and now your form just kind of looks blurry to it. There's obviously some magic going on here. These things are more intelligent. It kind of looks back and forth between you and Blake, weighing its options, and then turns to move towards her.
Do I get attack of opportunity?
Nope, because it's still within your range. It didn't have to go very far.
Yeah.
So, long sword going after Blake. Oh god.
Rude.
Just because I said boo fucking who about your dice.
No, because he casts blur. This thing's smart, and also this thing witnessed you do the shield, so it was like gonna go after easier prey.
I feel
18.
Don't touch
I
This is
feel a
the
little
one
bit
that went to
attacked.
magical college.
Where can I go to D&D HR? I feel like I'm being personally attacked by my DM.
Personally,
I am
no.
going to.
You're one of the 3 that hasn't died yet.
I am going
Do we
to.
Do we need an HR department?
I'm gonna limit break.
Okay.
So I'm gonna limit break, and again I'm just gonna scream. I said, "Leave us the fuck alone!" And as Nozak kind of throws his hands out, you see as a circle of just shields start appearing around everybody. Because my limit break as a knight, because I took that now. Everybody
Cute.
within 30 feet, which includes, I believe, Blake and Ava.
I think it's everybody. Yeah, not
Everybody
Izzy.
has shield.
So what's that take
everybody's
your
AC is 5
AC to?
higher.
21. You're Nozak now.
And this also includes myself, because
Right.
I'm half selfish. I ain't fucking dying today.
As this thing brings its longsword down, and Blake, you see this coming. You can't get away. But right at the last second, it slams down and clangs against this magic shield and kind of fends away. There is a flash of rage that passes over this thing's face. What they thought was going to be a pretty simple dinner or breakfast, it's proving to be a lot more difficult than they thought. He is still going to try to come at you with his stinger, though. Okay. 21. What did the shield take your armor class to? 21 or 22?
Can I get a +5 or +6?
+5.
I am 21 exactly.
Okay, so this hits. So, hey, I got a hit in. Don't me. This is the first time I've hit anybody. So
I
you
don't care.
you take. I rolled a 1 on the damage, so 4 piercing damage. Okay. And as this thing like slams into you, you feel it puncture you, and then into your shoulder, you feel this pump of venom. So that's
Gross.
going to be 14 points of poison damage, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Well,
12. So you are now poisoned for the next minute. As this thing slams into you, you feel the
Damn.
poison start to course through your body. You will be able to repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. Try to chug the poison off. With that, the other one on the ground just starts to clamber up. Using half of its movement, you see all these legs just kind of come out, push itself up to a standing position as it reaches over and just grabs its longsword that it had dropped, dragging it across the sand, and then stands up to its full height and just kind of looks down at you, Ava. And it's going to attempt to murder you now.
Oh, okay.
16... 22. Will that hit with
That's
the
it.
shield? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
See if I get a 1 on this too.
20,
Okay.
21 with the shield.
So that's...
Oh my god.
Hold on.
I need to hit y'all motherfuckers up a bit more.
1 second. I rolled the wrong dice. Okay. 10 points of slashing damage as it brings this thing down on top of you. Then it kind of like
Yummy.
stands up even higher, and you see the tail kind of come up and just kind of just shake in the air a little bit, and then slam down in your direction. That's going to be a 23. Now I'm rolling good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see.
Nah, naughty corner.
9 piercing damage. And not as good. 12 points of poison damage as the same thing happens to you. This thing comes in and it hits the magical shield, and for a second you think you're safe, and then you hear this almost shattering noise like glass as it pushes through right into your shoulder. Did you Constitution saving throw from you?
1 Constitution saving throw. Oh, that's a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
17. Yeah, as you feel the poison start to just kind of go through you, you kind of brace yourself, and you hear 2 voices in your head, just kind of mumbling, not really anything coherent necessarily, but you feel the poison just dissipate within you. And that's their turns. And then that would bring us, I believe, to Izzy.
So after seeing these two get poisoned, you all feel just like pure vibration in the air as you all look up, and Izzy, while sitting on the broom, his eyes are glowing a deep silver. He looks genuinely angry. And you see almost lazily he just puts his hand down, and you see from the sky as the clouds are swirling, thunder just shoot down about here, and he's going to cast Fireball at 4th level, but he's going to change it to lightning damage instead.
Nice.
That's
Dex saves, right?
Yes, I'm able to hit just these two without hitting Nozak. Sadly, I cannot hit anyone else.
That's definitely 2 fails because I got 3 on both.
Awesome. I'm going to limit break.
Oh, nice.
Oh, shit.
Perfect.
And so I'm going to roll 18d6.
Go for it.
Woo!
This is going to be great.
This is exactly why Ava thinks you're the strongest member of the group, because you just blow shit up.
Love all
Also,
those dice.
I do want to just
that
remind...
is 69 damage. Ha! Nice!
Nice.
On all of them.
Nice!
Nice. 69 damage. Let's see. That's a... so you attacked this one here and this one, correct?
Yes.
Those 2. Okay. As you do this, Nozak, you can feel the hair or the fur are just like all over your body kind of stand on edge as the electricity crackles in the air. Then there's like just this tiny little, and then as this electric ball just kind of explodes very close to you, lashing out, just kind of sending waves of energy and like lightning through these creatures that are near you. The scorpion standing next to you, the one that's just kind of wailing on you despite the fact that you have the shield up, is just cooked to a crisp, as you can start to smell like cooked scorpion meat. Just hits your nostrils. Kind of like lobster, I would imagine. I've never actually cooked scorpion.
Wait, we got breakfast and lunch. Let's go. Food
And
for the
then-
road.
And then you said the other one took 69 points of damage. Great.
Nice.
As this thing it shocks into its back, and you can see it just kind of convulses for a little bit as it's kind of towering over Blake. It is still standing, but holy shit,
fair.
that was a great hit. So
Yeah. I think
Venom,
as
right?
Izzy looks down at it, how does it look?
it doesn't look good.
Not
This
like
one
in
here-
terms of health, but like in terms of emotion. Sorry.
You don't really see. It's kind of got its back to you.
Betrayed.
It's facing Blake, so it kind of, and it's still kind of convulsing, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Okay, that's fair. I think he stands there before cracking his knuckles, and you see he immediately looks towards this one,
Okay.
this one, and he's having a moment.
Okay.
Uri is feeling himself right now.
No, he's
Blake,
not having a good moment. I'm so sorry.
Are you done? Or do you have something else? I don't know what you could have. Izzy,
Oh, me?
you have anything else?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm right here. He's floating up in the air, out of touch, so he's ready to fuck some people up.
Okay. Blake, you're up.
Okay. So I'm still being grappled?
Yes. You are unfortunately still being grappled by this thing. You are poisoned,
Rude.
so I believe that's disadvantage on pretty much everything.
Some. Wait.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So not saving throws, at least. What you got?
Is a divine intervention, is that an ability check or a saving throw?
No, and it's a new day, so you can definitely try it.
No, because I was like, because if I have disadvantage, I'd
It
have
doesn't
to
work
roll
like
twice
that,
in the
no.
lower.
So it's just ability checks, so anything on like that list of like acrobatics down or an attack roll. That would be interesting. I could just see clerics always poisoning themselves and then praying.
Right?
That's why those Catholics drink so much wine.
Oh my
Right?
god.
Well, I mean, technically, wouldn't that be a skill, like communing with your god? Isn't that like communication?
I think
Communication is a skill.
I think their role is more on their side to see if they answer you, not so much whether or not you like correctly pray or whatever. So it's not so much an
Currently-
ability from you.
Currently grappled by a scorpion. The party's getting fucked up. Let me pray real quick.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that Blake is just like, get us the fuck out of here, please. Like,
I would not
please.
say the party's getting fucked up. I mean, I've gotten like 2 hits off. Okay, these scorpions are getting fucked up.
I was thinking if Blake was thinking anything, it was just, but that was also going to be the other thing. If Blake was like, please just get us out of here, like, get us to Balam, like, would I have to specify everybody in the party, including Luca and Nellie and Sarah and her mom?
So the way I do divine intervention typically is it's not so much like Wish because you're doing it with a deity that knows you. And so it's a little bit better at interpreting your intent, but you do still have to like kind of word exactly what you're looking for. So like if you were using the wish spell and said something like that, you do have the ability, the possibility of, oh crap, we forgot to specify these people. With your deity, I don't feel like it would be as much of a, like a, oh, haha, I got you, because you worship them. They are trying to help you out. So no, if you did do that, everyone would go.
Because I was going to say, because I could see with like the last 5 sessions, just be like Blake just like being like, please just get us out of here, and like everybody but like the kids.
Now, if you say if you just were to say like in your panic, please get me out of here, then they would when they answered, they would just take you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Has anybody else been hit? Has it just been me that's been hit?
Ava's pretty bloody.
Ava.
Ava's
took a big
snagging around
hit.
a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, Blake is going to try to throw a And is it the one that's holding me? Is that the one that is really damaged?
No. But the big one next to you is the one that's really damaged. The one that's holding you, I think you've hit it once.
Okay.
Because you're being held by one of the scorpions, not the big guys. I mean, the one that you're holding, you did do a pretty big hit on.
Okay. She's going to kind of twist around and throw a healing word at Ava.
Okay.
Sorry, you get 5.
That's 5 more than I had before.
How wise are these scorpions?
You have no idea. You know, as far as general intelligence level, the giant scorpions seem to be pretty much beasts, whereas the others seem to be sentient. So the larger ones definitely have thoughts. The bigger the scorpions are just kind of like sting, sting, clamp, clamp. But as far as their wisdom, I don't know. You could ask them some questions. You could play some games to see if they notice things. Do some sleight of hand to see how if they pick up on it or anything like that. That'll be an action, though.
You just walk up to her and be like, "Is this your car?"
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use my action to do Toll of the Dead, because that'd be up to 24 on the big man.
Okay.
Or if I just want to use my action. No, it's only 1. Yeah, it's only 1 creep. Well, I was going to hit the bigger guy because I think that's the more dangerous of the 2. Or panic, pray, divine intervention.
What are you doing?
Do whatever you think is right.
Don't ask Nozak.
What would Blake do in this moment, given everything that's happened up to this point?
I think she would be fed up, and I think she would do divine, just be like, just get us out,
Let's go for it. You want to do a divine intervention roll? That will be your action. Give me a D100.
Come on, you got this. I believe in you. 1 through 10, you got it.
Don't I have disadvantage?
Doesn't work.
You did not.
Nice try. Nice try.
I can dream.
We just had this conversation.
I know, but I was hoping that you forgot.
No, but if we had disadvantage, you want to roll low, so wouldn't it make you take the higher roll?
I know, that's why I was like, I want disadvantage because I want to roll low, because I wanted a chance to roll lower.
See what you got. I will say, if this goes off, Grunthor's going to be real pissed at you.
Damn.
Okay, I'm going to burn my inspiration and try again.
You can't use inspiration on that one. You can't use inspiration on
I can't?
It's a D20 rolls. You can't use inspiration on the divine intervention roll. Yeah. You can try again tomorrow, though.
Trust me, Blake, I got you.
I'm sorry. One of these days, that's going to go off, and you're going to lose your shit, and it's going to be great. I really can't wait for it to happen.
When I mained Cleric, I had my Divine Intervention go off 5 times in a campaign.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Imagine having a god that loves you.
I've only seen
but it was only
once.
It was only successful in times where we really needed it, or when I asked for something really dumb.
Top of the round, Ava, you're up.
You got this, Ava. I believe in you.
Ava he's gonna start bringing the hurt. He's gonna pull out the boomstick and start whacking him.
Go for it. 21 definitely hits. Definitely hits.
I will mark him as my favorite foe as well, so I get to do some extra shenanigans.
Hey.
Cool monk shit. Cool monk shit.
An extra
11
D6 and an extra D4.
The beatdown begins.
16 points of damage for that first attack.
Perfect. Really nice crack right against this thing's face.
Good. Let's go for a second one. Oh.
9. That's a miss.
All right. see. I will use my bonus action to... Yeah, we'll spend a key point to do a flurry of blows for 2 unarmed strikes.
Go for it.
Hey.
Oh, a 10!
10.
Ah.
That's going to miss. Now you're taking
All
my
right, well,
low rolls.
How about a 14?
14 misses.
Ugh.
14.
These fists aren't made for punching.
Just misses. That fist actually connects, but you punch kind of right here in its chest. But all you connect with is like armor, like this kind of natural armor, and your fist just kind of, you get like a nice dong, and it just stops and hurts. Like your hand just hurts.
Yep.
What else you got?
That will be the end of my turn.
Okay. So, Blake, go ahead and give me that Constitution saving throw. We forgot to do that to see if you were still poisoned.
Oh, yeah.
15, I believe. What poisoned you? Do you remember? Was it the big guy or the little guy?
It was a tiny one.
Tiny
Hate
one?
that.
Okay. So, yeah, that passes. So, as your turn comes and goes, you send your prayer that says, get us out of here, and you don't receive an answer. But right after doing so, you feel the poison coursing through your body kind of subside. As though perhaps your prayers were at least answered in some degree. As you're thinking that, this thing attempts to claw at you again.
You should still have shield too.
Does shield last until...
Until my next turn, I believe.
Make sure, read the description on...
Each creature in this area receives the benefits of the shield spell until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
And it has not been my turn yet.
Okay.
Good job. Good shit, y'all.
So, because you're next. Yep, you're next up.
Yes.
Okay. So this first one is 21, and the second one is like 12. So does the 21 hit? Remind me.
Yeah, just the 21 hits.
Okay. So that one is the claw that's kind of got you in its grasp, and it just kind of closes in. So that'll be 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're still grappled. And then it will come in and try to sting you with its tail again. 12. Definitely misses. As it's coming towards you, you manage to just throw your mace up and just walk it away, pushing its tail to the side. And then now, as Nozak's turn comes up, the shield spell drops on everyone in the vicinity.
Okay.
Good use of a limit break, gotta say, though.
A1.
Yeah. Okay, so, as soon as it is my turn, I am just going to look at Blake, and I'm just going to say, trust me, I'm moving you, and I'm going to cast Vortex Warp on Blake.
Okay.
Which you can choose to fail. It's a Constitution roll, but you can choose to fail. Which I'm hoping you say, yes, I fail. But I'm going to cast Vortex Warp on Blake. So I am going to aim to move you from where you are to this position right here at the top left corner of the raft. So that is where I will be moving you, and it is Vortex, basically just the space around you alone, just like, boom, blip, there you go, you're over there now.
Hey.
Yeah, I fail.
So where did you move her to?
So right at the top corner of the top left corner of the raft.
Okay.
Because it's within 90 feet of me and within 90 feet of wherever.
You can go ahead and move your token there, or I can do it if you don't have it.
So that is that.
I don't think I can move her.
Really? Okay.
Can't you?
I may have messed it up. So right here?
Yeah, just the one above it. Or yeah, so still in the sand.
Okay.
But yeah, so there. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna look at the big fucker and so that was my action. Can I don't know how this works because it's still... Actually, no. I am going to quickly have a look. I don't think it is considered a thingy.
A spell?
No, I'm looking at my Force Ballista. I might have to. So I am going to take an opportunity attack, and I'm going to move 10 feet back. So I'm going to move to here.
Oh yeah, it will definitely turn around and try to strike you with its tail.
Which will be disadvantage as well, because I still have blow up. Oh, that one went a bit crazy.
Why even bother rolling it? That first one was a 3. Second one was a 3. Wasn't meant to happen.
Okay, and then I'm going to look back at the big guy, and I am going to try and shoot it.
I'm going to try to what?
So, shoot it with my
I
Force
heard
Ballista,
seduce it in my head, and I'm like, that's not going to work.
I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to be like, come here often.
I swear I thought you said seduce it.
I did too. I'm so glad.
Okay, so it wasn't just me? Okay.
Yeah, no, it was me too. No, Zach's just like, you have multiple legs, I got multiple limbs, let's go, baby. It's getting hot out here, right?
He starts just taking off all of his armor.
You and me ain't nothing but mouth. No, I'm not doing that.
Go for it.
6 plus a 7 is 13, so that's a miss.
That's gonna miss. That'll miss.
But yeah,
your attempt to seduce this thing does not work.
Damn.
Maybe it's married. You don't know.
That's alright.
Anything else?
I've put Blake over there. Izzy's up in the sky. Ava's fine.
Yeah.
Theoretically speaking, I'll just move you next time.
Okay.
Yes, that is my turn.
So
and I'm just gonna.
How long does blur last? Is it something that's still
1
going?
minute.
1 minute.
Yes.
Okay. So this
and
thing
concentration.
is looking around. Izzy, how high in the air are you?
Probably 40 feet, honestly.
40 feet. So at this point, he probably doesn't even see you. As he's kind of looking around, surveying the battlefield, kind of confused about what just happened, he realizes something's going on with you, Nozak. So I need Blake, give me odd or even.
Odd.
That's a 9. Sorry.
That is odd.
As this thing kind of turns around, sees where Blake went, and pursues.
Rude.
So, well, it would have gone after Nozak if Nozak wasn't blurred. These things are a little bit smarter, and they're not going to waste energy on something they don't think they can kill. So, let's see what happens. As it kind of starts charging at you with its long sword drawn, does... Oh, shit. 12 is going to miss you. I know for a fact 12 misses you.
Random thing, because Biggs and Wedge were asked to look after the kids. Would Biggs and Wedge be there?
Biggs and Wedge are there. You'll notice, actually. As they've kind of taken them over towards... At this point, you kind of stop to survey the scene. You'll notice that over near the airship, or the raft, there is another scorpion that has come out of the ground that Biggs and Wedge and Sarah are all currently battling with. Not one of the big things, but one of the giant scorpions.
Sarah is using all of those guiding bolts right now.
Sarah's fucking shit up.
It will then try to sting you. 19. Does 19 hit you?
Silvery barbs.
Okay. Do I take just the new roll or the lower?
You take the lower.
Okay. Okay, well, a double check if it's the new one or the lower.
It's lower.
With silvery barbs? Okay, because the new one was a natural 20. So
Damn. Well,
I just wanted to know. So it still hits.
I tried.
So that's going to be 9 points of piercing damage as this thing kind of comes in as it's coming in, it sees you and it starts just kind of coming at you very quick with all these legs just kind of running. It seems to be much easier to move across the sand than you all have. As it gets up on you, it attacks you with its longsword, and then as it stands up and its tail it tries to attack you with its longsword. As its tail comes up, you hear it just kind of say to you, "You can't escape the wrath of Mariloth this season." As it plunges its stinger right back into your other chest, or your other shoulder. 12 points of poison damage, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Hey, did it stab me in the titty? Like...
The other... I said chest, I meant shoulder. So, first shoulder, second shoulder.
No!
Mate, nah, Blake, the bitch popped one, they're gonna pop the other one too.
So how much damage did I take?
So that was 12 poison and 9 piercing. And then you've got to make another con save.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm hurt.
7.
7!
So, let me see. Hold on just a second. As the poison goes into you, it starts to spread over your body, and you feel yourself taking on that poison, but something else is happening to you. As your limbs start to go numb and stiff, you are now poisoned and paralyzed.
Rude.
Yep.
Sarah better know us sooner, or we gonna have a fucking chat.
So, with that, the other one, Ava, is going to do something very similar to you. Or attempt to. 21.
Oh yeah, that'll
hit
do.
with the... this time, it's actually going to come in at you with its spiked chain. As it's got its longsword back here, as it takes its chain and tries to wrap it around you. That hits you, you said, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So this is 4 piercing damage as it wraps around you, and those spikes just kind of dig into you. And you're now grappled, kind of wrapped around this chain. And, large or small, you are also restrained.
Oof.
As you've got it restrained, he starts to kind of pull you in closer, and its tail kind of comes up and let me check one thing. Turn to creature from 0. Attack rolls against a creature have advantage. Okay.
Yep.
I just wanted to check before I did it.
Yep.
20.
Oh yeah.
Rude.
4 points of piercing damage. 13 points of poison damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Keep in mind, if he fails, this will be the first time he fails.
True.
Constitution saving throw. It actually has nothing to do with how many times you fell. It has to do with how far off the DC you are. If you fell up by a certain threshold, it has an additional effect.
Damn.
The poison you shrug off, but you are now grappled and restrained in this thing as it's pulling you in, as its tail is just pumping this venom into you. It kind of leans down, and just right in your face. You're not as tough as you said you'd be. You're gonna make a nice meal. That's its turn.
Stranger danger.
With that, we bring it back to, let's see, Izzy.
Nice. We're gonna do, surprise, surprise, a good old-fashioned chromatic orb.
Nice. At what?
At this boy over here, because our healer needs help. And we're not gonna let you get critted because of a fucking paralyzed. Alright, I'm gonna cast a 3rd level chromatic orb at this thing.
Okay.
Alright, let's see what we get. Does a 16 hit?
16 hits.
Oh, thank God. Okay, that's going to be 5d8 thunder damage.
Nice.
Okay, spinning dice for a solid 21 thunder damage.
21. Okay. How does this look? What does a thunder chromatic orb look like?
Like before, it's just his little diamond acts as a turret, and he just shoots a ball of element out there. For thunder specifically, it just looks like a ball of sound, so it's almost invisible.
Okay. Blake, as you're kind of being held by this thing, its stinger comes out of you, and at this point, the fear kind of passes through your mind as you can't move. As it brings its tail back up again to strike, you see something just barely come out of the corner of your eye. It's almost imperceptible. And then there is this loud noise as you close your eyes from just the sheer noise. It's kind of just hitting your head. And then you feel yourself falling as you kind of land down on the ground, still unable to move, as this guy has been completely obliterated, lying on the ground. Blood has just exploded out the side of its ears as though its brain popped or something inside its skull. This one is no more.
Damn it.
Yay!
I wanted to kill that fucker.
And we wanted you alive. We take them, we lose them, okay?
What else you got,
He's going to fly over here, and as he looks down at 40 feet up, he calls down, and he just says, "I hope you made peace with yourself. You'll be able to join your friend."
Shit.
And that is the end of his turn.
With that, Blake, give me... You can't really do anything, right? Incapacitated. Can't move or speak.
Can I cast?
You can't move or speak. Incapacitated, I think, also double check that. I think means you can't take any actions. Incapacitated can't take actions or reactions. Yeah, I think you're pretty much stuck. What you can do at the end of your turn is make another Constitution saving throw.
You got this. I believe in you.
Wait, what am I? I'm paralyzed.
You're paralyzed.
Incapacitated and paralyzed.
So incapacitated and paralyzed and poison.
Okay.
Damn.
Jesus Christ, you get one more, you get a free coffee at the clinic. With that punch card. God damn.
So yeah, I don't know. There's really not much. You can't do actions. You can't do reactions. You can't move. You can't speak. So there's no verbal or somatic components you could do for a spell. Yeah, I think you might just have to make the Constitution save at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You got this.
16. You feel your muscles untense and relax a little bit as your body becomes less rigid, as you find yourself just relaxing into this quite hot sand. You succeed on the saving throw. You are no longer paralyzed or poisoned.
Am I still incapacitated?
No, because that was a part of the paralyzed condition. So, with that, no, because that happens at the end of your turn, unfortunately. So with that, we go back to Ava. Top of the round, sir.
So, the other crystals still aren't in the thing yet. Can I use the limit break of the one I would have taken? Can I use the Dragoon limit break since I would have taken Dragoon yet?
Okay, yeah, I didn't realize you had done that. You absolutely can do that. If that's what you have, I apologize I didn't put in DD Beyond, but yes, you could limit break that if that's what you're equipped with.
Cool. Yeah, I would have swapped to the Dragoon had it been available.
Okay.
I'm also in that boat with Knight. So
Knight
that's why
should
I've
be
been
in
looking
there.
at this. Okay, well I haven't been able to find it yet, sorry. So I've been running off
at least the
Scabard
feet
page.
for Knight should be in there because...
Oh, I've got the feet.
Okay. Yeah, the item is really just there to take up a attunement slot. All of the functionality comes from the feat. Feat Dragoon's not in there either because I didn't know
okay.
anybody took it, but I will put that in by next week. So I try to just do the ones I know people are taking. So I did Knight. But yeah, I will do Dragoon. So go ahead. You absolutely can limit break with the Dragoon.
Sweet. So yeah, I will do the Draconian Fury then. So
Okay.
it looks like it uses my action.
Sure. I love this limit
and-
break.
This limit break is so sick. Does it have the entire breath weapon range as the dragon I choose?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a spectral young white dragon will appear.
Woo.
And they're both within 30 feet of each other.
Sure.
So
Oh, the
number of
music just
targets
kicked
equal
up
my
and changed
proficiency.
too when you did that.
Let's
That was
go.
cool.
So I'll choose the three of us, Izzy, Nozak, and myself, to be immune to the damage just in case. But I'll have
Okay.
the breath weapon breathe cold fire on both the scorpions.
Go for it. Is that is that Dex?
That is a, let's see, DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Con save, okay.
And they take
So the-
10d8.
The big guy will succeed.
He will. He's actually gonna get a silvery barbs.
Has your turn come back around since the last time you did that with Blake? That's reaction.
I'm pretty
right?
sure, right? Yeah. Didn't I just go?
I'm keeping you
Yeah,
on.
it is-
Okay.
it is
All right. You ruined another one of my
Listen, you know I have
natural
a
20s.
horrible. Yay!
So fuck you. I've gotten 3 natural 20s tonight. And you silvery barbs to all of them. Let me see what
I'm
his con
supposed
save
to.
is.
All right, let me spit that.
No,
Actually,
let's see.
No,
Let's see.
just-
Con save.
Yeah.
16. What did you say it was?
Oh, yep, that passes. 15
Okay.
is-
Damn.
So the big guy
I tried,
still takes
guys.
half. Still takes half,
Yep.
but go for it. Roll the damage. This, I think the little guy's probably done.
37.
37. That's the total, right? Okay, yeah. That's
Yeah,
gonna
37 is
succeeded.
the... Yeah.
What's half of that? 17? No.
18. 18
18.
rounded down.
Okay. As you all are watching, you see Ava just tap into this potential power that you've not seen before, as the symbol of the dragoon flashes above his head, and the spectral white dragon appears as nowhere at the top of the dune, as it just lands down and just kind of this breath weapon consuming both of these. Did you say it was ice? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
The
Yep.
giant scorpion, the one that's the actual scorpion, not the man scorpion, just freezes in place, and all that's left is just this scorpion sickle just standing there in this hot sun. The other one just kind of races against it. You can see as it's going through, parts of its exposed skin are just starting to freeze away with little ice crystals starting to just dangle down from the tip of its tail. That
Cool.
was a big hit. It's hurt. And cold now. So that was your action. What else do you have?
I will
Perfect
spend my
place to be
last
for
key
cold.
point to dodge.
Okay. Dodge. Both giant scorpions are now dead.
Harpin.
Nozak, you're up.
Yes. I am going to look at the big guy. I'm going to acknowledge the big guy's existence.
Okay.
And I'm. You said it's looking pretty hurt, right? You said.
Yeah, it's looking pretty hurt.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at my spells. I did have an idea, but I think I had another idea, but then I failed to remember that idea. I am going to, because I am going to start thematically doing stuff, which I think would be cool. I'm going to pull out my, well, is it still wielding a weapon if I'm using it for the attack? I don't know. fuck it. I'm
What are you
gonna
doing?
grab my just basically using something that I had to like initiate the spell I wanted to cast, but it's like considered a weapon, so like I have to pull it out. I don't know if that would. Who cares? I'm gonna change it. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to
This
grab
is a
my
roller
hammer.
coaster.
Right?
Sure.
I'm just gonna grab my hammer, and I'm just gonna like. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna grab my hammer and just kind of throw it up in the air, and
Okay.
just kind of like hold my hand up, and you're gonna watch as the hammer splits into 4 different things. It's like a scorching ray. At
Okay.
it. So you see it like splits into 4. Each of the hammers all immediately burst into fire. And I'm
Okay.
going to cast Scorching Ray.
Go
With
for
Hey,
a
it.
shit.
21 to hit.
One of the best skills.
21 hits?
Yep.
Spells.
I'm going to aim all 4 of them at the guy.
Okay.
And each one on hit is a 2d6 damage.
Okay.
So do I just roll that 2d6 4 times?
No, well, you got to roll to hit 4 different times too.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah. Each
You
you
create
do an
3
attack
rays
roll
of fire
for each row.
Oh. Okay, well, first one
Yeah,
is
go ahead and
8
roll
damage.
the damage. 8. Okay.
So first one is 8 damage. The second one will miss. That's a 14. I don't think that hits.
It does not.
The third one is 25. That will hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, so 8 plus 11 is 19. And then the last one is 26, which hits.
Okay.
Hey.
So, what was it so far? 8 plus 11, so 19 total. Plus the last one is a 7. So 8, 11, 19, 7, 26.
Hey.
So one of them goes wide, but then like as the hammers kind of come down, instead of like skewering him, in my mind, it just looks like the hammers are just clocking him over the fucking head.
Okay. So all that damage totaled up to. How do you kill it? How do you kill this thing?
Cool.
Have your
So,
moment.
have my moment. I'm feeling myself, guys. This is great. So as I kind of like, I'm blurred. I've cast shield. I've limit breaked. I'm like, every time the hammer goes to hit, the first one is leave. Second one is us. And then the last one is just the fuck alone and clobber it hard with the last one as it just slams its head into the ground, into the sand. And it's just like brain matter and shit. Just
Okay. The first one
Gross.
hits it. Leave. Us. As it's kind of addled and it's got you pulled in, Ava, it just, before the last hammer comes down, as it's just kind of coming in, it notices it and just makes eye contact with you and says, "Leave, Merilith's domain," as it just slams across its head, pushing it down into the ground as the hammer just slams it into the sand, shooting that up in your face. You choke for a minute as this thing's head is just washed. Blood across the sand. It releases you, its chain going slack as you fall, do a cool monk land, and catch your breath. Every time.
yeah.
we need to leave. It's far too dangerous here.
At this point, you hear Luca just screaming, but it's not a scream of agony. It's a scream of just triumph as you turn around and you've got this knife and he is just digging it into this scorpion. And then the very last time he brings it up and just digs it down right into this thing's head as it kind of goes limp and just falls down to the ground. And then he just kind of drops the knife and just collapses onto his knees, just exhausted.
Nozak is immediately going to run over to see if he's okay. And just like a little moment between us, I'm just going to look at him, put both of my paws like up here onto his shoulders. I'm just gonna put them up on his shoulders. I'll be like, look, see, the Hollyway estate gets shit done, right?
God, my leg fucking hurts. Really bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Izzy
that's
will help him up onto the ship and immediately will pull out his herbalism and medical supplies to help clean and
Okay.
wrap his leg.
Give me a medicine
Yeah.
check.
Everybody
Yeah, sure.
on the thing. Can I help? Because I'm also like right there helping him.
Yeah, so you can have advantage on the check.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna be
that's
like, everybody
a 20
get on the ship.
dirty.
20. So you can see where the thing stung him, and where the venom went in. Wait, is it venom or poison? Which one goes into you? It's venomous if it stings you.
Venom, poison, you bite it, or
Venom, it
poison,
bites
you
you.
bite it, venom, it bites you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Venom is injected, poison is ingested.
Perfect. So I've been saying it right. Okay. You can see where the puncture wound is, and there is some just discoloration around it. His constitution does not seem to be as strong as for warriors of light, so it may take him a little more than just a good constitution saving throw for this to pass. But based
Can
on
I
you're able
go?
to clean it. Oh, go ahead. Yeah. What do you want to do?
I was gonna say, can the healer go over and try to heal it,
Absolutely.
or try to heal him?
Yeah. When you get over, you notice that Izzy and Nozak have started to treat it, and they seem to have dressed the wound well. They seem to have extracted as much of the venom as they can, but nothing that you could probably do, especially now that Nozak has turned his back on the faith, which you don't really know. But
Okay. Well, I mean, would it benefit if I did a medicine check or healing word to clear out whatever is left?
at this point, it would need magic, because the 20 medicine check, that's about as good as you're going to get as far as just field dressing it here. But healing word would definitely
Mhm.
help. Yes,
Okay.
that or cure wounds or some kind of magic.
Yeah, she's gonna do sit next to him and do cure wounds.
Ugh. Whoa, ooh,
11.
that feels better. Oh man, you are like a son of a bitch. Oh,
There's some good shit that stuff.
Nozak, get your thing to drive this ship. The rest of you need to sit in the back and rest while we talk about while the four of us, wait, there are four of us, right? One, two, yeah.
Yeah.
While the four of us talk about what our next move is.
when you say that, Nelly kind of just sniffs a little bit when you say four of us and then count. Obviously, not counting Grunthor, Nelly seems to be a little upset. Doesn't say anything. You can just hear her sniffle. Actually, just Blake can hear her sniffle.
Yes. All right. So with the homunculus around the thing, I'm just gonna turn to Izzy. I'll be like, look, I made it. I know how it works. I still can't control the flying. That's still Ava's, but it listens to us and it's listening to all of us. So Ava's in control. It's just there to help. We don't want a repeat of what happened last time.
Perfect. Ava, start driving, please.
At this point, Sarah kind of steps up. What's the plan? Where are we going?
We're going to the nearest kingdom. We're going to the nearest kingdom, which is I don't see the map. Hold on.
We can't go to
We're
the
going
nearest
back to
kingdom.
Balam.
We need to get to Balam. We can't go to Rabanastar.
We-
Rabanastar's in cahoots with the Empire.
That's off. Yeah,
Fine.
we can't go
Then
there.
we'll go to Balam. Fine, then we're going to Balam. Whatever you want. I don't care. We just need to start moving.
Nozak, give me
Yes.
an intelligence check.
Okay. Where is
You can
that
add your
one?
proficiency to this.
Ooh, am I using my wood carvers to double that No, I'm kidding.
Yes, actually,
Hey, I get a plus
Yeah.
10 for my intelligence.
you can do that.
Okay, so intelligence. So roll that. 10 plus 10 is a dirty 20.
Okay. So based on your construction of this thing, what you're able to put together, this thing will fly and it will carry everybody. It's not going to
Okay.
move anywhere near as fast, and you have serious doubts that it will make it all the way to Balam with what you've done.
Yeah.
Or if it does, it will take a long time because you've made something serviceable here,
Yeah.
but it's not a replacement for the airship that you had.
Alrighty.
So it can get you somewhere. It can get you places for sure, but getting back all the way to Balam will take a long time on something like
Can I
this.
gauge how high it can go?
You could experiment with that, but you're kind of on your best. You said dirty 20.
Yeah, dirty
You
20.
would be able to clear some low mountains, but you're not going to be able to go super high with this construction. And
that's
you
cool.
run the risk of if you fly too close to Rabanastre, you're not going to be able to fly high and unseen like before. You do run the risk of
No,
them
that's
spotting
fine.
the ship.
No, I'm
Just
just
something
kind
to
of
keep in
saying
mind.
if we can. So I'm gonna relay all of this to Ava because obviously Ava's the one currently flying. I'm just gonna say, look, it's not the ship. It's not gonna be as quick. It's not gonna be as high. While we're at least in the desert area, if we can stay, I don't know, 5-10 feet above the ground to try and avoid more of those scorpion fucking things, I don't care. But like, just we need to get to Balam at this stage. We can't go to Rabanastre. We really don't have the resources to take on another crystal right now. We need to get to Balam. We need to sort everything out. We'll just figure out what the fuck to do from there. But you'll have some help this time. So
As they're having this conversation, Izzy, you start to tune out for a second as another voice comes into your head. As Kyle is sending you a message through the sending stones.
I was just about to call him too.
Yup.
Dad's still missing. Portal room's been
Boo.
closed. Attempted to teleport us, Balam, a little off course. Tell Grunther his family's safe.
Yikes.
Oh, he wouldn't know about it.
So he gets a message back that in a sarcastic voice that just says, "Oh no, not Dad," and then followed by, "We ended up getting lost in the desert, trying to get back to Balam, called Renoa. Tell them that Grunther died."
Fucking rip the band-aid off.
And you get no response because the sending stones allow a call and a response. So he has used his call for you today. So you get nothing.
Yeah, I think after this mental response as he's tuned out, you guys see his face gets even more steely than it did before he just says, "We need to start moving. Come on."
Yeah, you got it. Everybody on, make sure everything's okay. I'm just going to be, for the trip, I'm going to be readying mending, the cantrip mending, anytime I see something like crack or rattle or something, and I'm just
Okay.
going to cast that to kind of fix it each time something, I don't know, every time I see something on either the bottom mainly, like, if we hit catastrophic failure and the roof comes off, fuck it, I'll build another one with some trees or some shit, I don't
Sure.
care. But
But
like,
the
we need the
base.
floor.
Yeah.
We need to stand on something when it's like not on the ground.
Sure.
So yes, I'm just gonna ready mending and just kind of like keep an eye out as soon as I hear or see anything while we're flying.
Okay. What are the rest of you all doing? Assuming at this point everybody kind of wants to gather together and start lifting off and heading somewhere, right?
Oh yeah.
With
Yeah.
this, I mean, I can let me go ahead and pull this back up. Then I will move
Thank
it.
you.
I will move it back to the. I will move it back to the world map, so we can take a look and discuss where we want to go. Let's see.
Because we're kind of stuck between a rock, a hard place, and the rest of the world. Oh look, a Cactuar.
Oh yeah. I forgot I left that there. It's also so big. It wasn't that
Yeah,
big.
it's a giant cactuar.
So, this is kind of where we are. You're trapped somewhere up here, right? Balam is a very good distance, right? All the way back down to here. And so just based on what you have, and you would have to basically fly around and down, and that's a long trip for this little raft. Closest
Yeah.
place to get is Elfheim or Rabanastre, both of which are Empire territory. Everybody can give me a history check if you'd like,
Oh boy!
just for some
Yeah, you with your fuck off history.
some lore.
Love that.
You know what's so interesting?
That's a 30.
23.
I just want to zoom in on this over here just a second because I have the gold saucer here, right? And I thought that would be a nice little distraction at some point if we wanted to do that. But now with everything that's going on in the world, I'm wondering in my head what's going on here and if anyone's still having fun. I was thinking about
the very heavy gamblers are.
I was thinking about the other day. I'm like, man, I wonder how the political alignments of over here are affecting that place. Maybe we'll find out one day.
Well, I'm trying to think. Like, if America was in a time of war, would people still go to the casino?
Yes.
Well, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right.
So,
well,
and it
we
is a
got our
little
answer.
disconnected. So,
I love you,
Anyway.
but with the way the rest of the world sees America, yes.
So-
No hesitation.
so here's what I'll say. You got a 30, right? Rabanastre, is they're in bed with the Empire. They have from a very early on been staunch allies of the Empire and have supported pretty much any Imperial prospects that have come across. The only reason that they still maintain their own sovereignty over here is because they've made a deal with the Empire. So that, because of the alliance they've had, that's why the Empire kind of stopped its expansion here. Now, Elfheim was at one point a holding of Alexandria, and this was conquered earlier in the war. So Elfheim, while technically Empire territory, is not necessarily Empire friendly. It's very similar to Canaan or Altair, the ones that you kind of, Altair, the one that you blew up.
That was
But-
not our fault.
It was
Right.
a little. It was a little your fault.
It was a bit lit, but it wasn't our fault.
But so Elfheim, while still Empire territory, likely won't be safe, but will
Wait,
be
wait.
safer than Rabanastre.
Where did Grunthor shove Adonis to?
Lindblom, the
Lindblom, yeah.
capital
Okay.
here. So this is the capital. This is where you first met them, Blake.
Yeah.
This is the last known sighting of Adonis.
Okay. No, I thought for some reason the portal was to Elfheim.
No.
And
The
it's like-
portals go to the major cities: Lindblom, Alexandria, Balam. Cornel, the major cities here. Those are the ones that they go to. I'll have to check. I don't think they have one to Sandoria though, because the elves are very reclusive.
We'll think for a bit before just saying we need to go to Alfheim. It's safer than Rabanastre is, and the only real threat we may have to deal with is either Imperial troops or my father potentially being there, which both seem pretty easy to deal with.
I mean, with all the shit your dad's put us through, Izzy, with all due respect, I don't think I'm going to be able to hold myself back.
You say that. You see he thinks for a bit before just shake his head. He's like, you heard me in the throne room. I don't love him anymore. Do whatever you wish when you see him.
Great. So I'm going to start working on a 9mm. And
I will
fucking
say
block the
this:
bitch.
you don't have the stuff you need, but if the next time you get to a city or a town, if you do want to start trying to work on some kind of like firearm, you can definitely
have
start to
one.
work on something like that.
And
I
give
have-
it to Izzy.
A bit fuck off, no.
Yeah,
I have
I mean,
wanted
you,
a firearm since I learnt that I could make them as a thing, and then I saw the gun swords. I was like, can I
Oh,
make
yeah.
a little gun sword?
yeah. The only ones that
but
can
yeah.
wield those are gunbreakers, though. That's the only ones that
Oh,
have
I didn't say
proficiency
anything
with it.
about wielding.
You just wanna
see
make 'em?
those, like, just hold up this one and just like. So we're going to Elfheim then.
I'd be inclined to agree.
Blake, you okay? Oop.
Yeah, she's just.
We need to do something. We're not going to make it all the way to Barlam, and
I think she would just be sitting kind of at the edge of the graph away from everybody and be like, "You, whatever you think is best."
Sarah kind of pops up at this point. I don't love the idea of going into Empire territory again, but I think it's the only option we have. Maybe we could get word of Furion. Maybe someone's heard something. We'll have to be very careful. I think we'll find some friendly faces there, but I also think we'll find some Imperial guards as well. So we'll need to keep a low profile if that's the plan.
yeah. And I mean, if with everything that's been happening, if worse comes to worse, I can still try to play up allegiance with the Empire and say I'm just bringing you guys in. But that's worst case scenario. I don't like it either, but it might be. It's either that or we just face down another army. And like, I'm good, but I'm not that good. I could probably make some cannons, but it'll take us a while.
So Elfheim?
Yeah.
Izzy's got the best idea. Yeah, Ava, I think it's time to go. You just hear
it feels different. You're not physically lifting it or anything, but while this is much, much lighter than before, you kind of lurch up faster than you were expecting. You kind of have to control the flow of energy from you into it. And you just initially put a little bit too much in, just kind of out of habit. But eventually you're able to kind of regulate it. You will notice this thing does move slower. And even with you kind of trying to put more into it, there's a point to where you start to move so fast and it starts to just kind of wobble. And you have to ease off it a little bit. And you're not going as high either, but you are high enough off the ground. And as you're going, you can see more of these scorpion creatures, and they notice you. They're kind of flying overhead, and they don't do anything. They just kind of watch you go.
Would we be able to? This is just like because we never really talked about it. Was just like helping Ava with the homunculus. Would we maybe be able to say that it might be able to just push like 2 or 3 extra kilometers an hour? Sorry, 2 or 3 extra miles an hour, or like
It's
just a
not
little bit
doing-
more to like regulate it or help
It's
it in
not
some way.
doing that,
Okay.
but Ava, you flying through this kind of dust-laden place, and a little bit of the sand just kind of gets into your nostrils, and you sneeze and just kind of instinctively just let go. And you panic for a minute and, thinking you need to grab this thing again, but you realize that you've maintained your altitude. As you look down, the homunculus is there, and it's just basically taking the energy you have and just kind of recirculating it, essentially like a cruise control. So you do have the ability to where you no longer have to be consistently touching this thing to keep it in the air.
Love having
Nice.
another fist there.
So that will
Wait, I created a battery?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's cool.
Just needs to be jump started.
Yeah.
As you continue, man, I love you not having like a super, super high passive perception anymore. This is great.
Yeah, you love it, don't you? Yeah, I bet.
As you continue, you hear it's quiet for the longest time until eventually you hear Nellie just kind of shriek. And she kind of jumps up and just starts running away from the center of the raft. And she runs up to Sarah and just hugs her. She goes, "There's a snake!" She points, as you kind of look, you never saw this thing coming, but a tiny snake has kind of slithered onto where you are. It has wings coming off of its back, so it's basically a snake with wings, as it's just kind
it's
of
a
curled itself
Quetzalcoatl.
up. Not quite. Well, it's not the one that you saw. This is just. It looks like a standard kind of round snake. Could very well be poisonous, with these kind of dark leathery wings. It just kind of curls in on
Venomous.
itself. Definitely venomous. Oh crap! I said poisonous. I was doing so good up until this point. It just kind of curls up and it's just kind of making eye contact, and then it
Can I-
speaks.
I'm done
Leaving.
talking
Hate
animals.
that.
Are you leaving? Are you leaving?
Why is the animal talking to us?
Yes, we plan
Yes.
to.
Good. 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 It just kind of starts to flap up and starts to leave. If Meryl sees you again, she'll kill you. And it just flies off.
That snake says
When
one
you're-
more thing, and I am taking it the fuck out of the sky. I swear to God.
Was it a
When
messenger? That's all it is. A messenger delivering a threat.
Izzy, who the fuck is Maryland?
The snake.
Maryland was a dog, I think, owned by one of the nobles in Mysidia.
Give me a history check, Izzy.
Oh boy! Yikes. Okay, that's a 17.
You've never heard of a Merilith. You
I've
don't know.
quite literally never heard that name in my life.
See, I can't
But
even roll on
if
a
I
Venom
was-
vampire because I didn't know about the other two either.
But if I was a guessing boy, I would just assume that it's probably the person we're going to have to fight to free Ifrit.
Another one of the
Wait.
fiends.
Most likely.
If that's the case, it tells you two things. One, they somehow knew that you were in the desert already. And two, you're on people's radar. Which is not necessarily something you had to deal with the first time or two.
They prepared this
You're
time.
starting to make a name for yourself, though. As you all continue out, eventually the sand starts to just slowly dissipate, blending into the green fields near Elfheim. It's stark and it's almost shocking. It's kind of an abrupt end to the desert as you've reached the edge of the fire crystal's domain. And the temperature shift is very stark. It's not as gradual as you would expect. It is almost like you step 1 foot out of the desert and it's a 10-degree difference. But it will take it'll take the entire day flying on this thing just to get out of the desert from where you were until you can see in the distance the small city or small town of Elfheim. And I think we'll stop there tonight. Pick up. This ended up being a little bit more combat heavy than I thought it might, but I still think it was interesting.
We'd love a
Plus,
combat
you all
session every now and then.
hadn't a good combat in a while. Like Grunther got to kick some ass, but you all hadn't got to throw in any spells. So it's interesting to me though, because you woke up first thing in the morning and blew 3 limit breaks. So now I got to determine how mean I am. I kid. We'll see where the story goes. With that, we'll pick up next time as you all make it to the town of Elfheim. We'll see what happens once you get there. And just be thinking about your approach, how you want to go in, how you want to handle that, because you will technically be in Empire territory again. So, any last thoughts before I jump to the ending screen of our stream from anybody?
We miss you, Grunthor.
Yes, your absence was felt tonight, Harlequin. We hope to see you again here soon. And I think we're just beginning to see the ramifications of Grunthor's demise as well. So,
Yeah, Ava has 2 fucking health after that fight. He misses Sir Grunthor.
oh yeah, I noticed. Well, I noticed you were getting low, and I was like, this is gonna be close on this last roll. So, I was kind of hoping
wait.
that you would take the thing out too. It just didn't roll that way.
Before we bleh. Before we like wrap up, can I give another healing to Ava?
Yeah, go for it.
Our intrepid.
Go for it. You've been traveling. So I will say this: you've been traveling long enough to where you can get a long rest. Ava, you could have gotten a long rest too. Now that you have the homunculus.
Oh, nice.
So that's one
Cool.
benefit of the homunculus cruise control.
That's awesome.
And then Blake, you could have cast as many of those as you wanted to, essentially.
Oh, okay. So if he's at full health now, then and I'm at full health.
Well, I don't know.
You're
It
at
depends
full
on.
health, and I'm at full health.
He
And
won't be
I'm at
getting.
full health.
He won't be getting a long rest. He'll be getting a short rest.
Oh.
So
Oh,
depends on how long he rolls it. Yeah. So
But we get
up.
no long rest. You woke up, had a fight. You didn't go right back to bed after that.
No, I fucked.
And
Then
now we're
I
traveling.
fucked. I fucked up. What was I at? I was
Have
at,
you
like,
ever tried to
17.
wake up and fight 4 scorpions? You would probably want a nap after that, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
Actually,
do you
no,
really
Zach.
want to ask
Have
the
you
Australian
have
that?
you ever woke up and fought 4 scorpions?
4 scorpions? No. Legitimately though, 3 snakes.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Can I give him a
We got the good snakes too.
sorry, I'm looking at my spell slots.
None of that carpet python bullshit. We got them brown
Can I
snakes.
I'll give a healing word,
Okay.
which will be 11.
11. Not bad.
Thank you.
What are you, Ava? What are you at?
I can still take a short rest, but I'm at 13 out of 64 right now.
So weird because
Okay.
all of
Nice.
your HPs are relatively close together, and I'm used to like Grunthor's being like a million.
Well, mine's only
Is-
like this low because I lost 2 levels, so I'm fine.
Is everybody hurt, or is it just me and Ava that are really hurt?
It's mainly you. Izzy took to the skies, and Nozak was blurred most of the time.
Okay.
And you already took care of Luca.
Yeah.
Izzy took to the skies and Nozak's a little bitch.
I'll do one more healing word at level 2.
Okay.
So 8.
So
8 on top of that.
okay.
And then
Thank you.
I'll take the short rest.
So where we are picking up next time, you are coming into Elfheim towards the end of the day. So I will say that by the time you get there, night will have fallen. So it might make it easier. Just keep that in mind for your plans on how you're going to get into the city and what you want to do. If you want to sneak in, you want to go up, that's all up to you. But you will have the cover of night no matter what you're deciding to do. So, okay. With that, thank you all so much for watching. Harlequin, we missed you very much tonight. Thank you for coming on to say a few words. We hope to see you again in the near future. Until then, hope you enjoy the show and hope these yahoos don't completely, the whole party wiped before we're able to get you back. So, it's looking okay. It's looking okay. But with that, we will break here and we'll see you next time.